Hello and welcome to my channel, Stephen Amakwe on YouTube and Stephen Kwe on Facebook. Today, we're going to talk about a sensitive issue about auto theft. But before we do that, please stay right here with me. Don't go away. I will be right back after the break. Thank you very much for staying right here with me. Before I went on that short break, I told you that we are going to talk about a sensitive issue today, and it's about auto theft. Some months ago, I did an investigation about the whole issue, and my findings pointed to the fact that most of the cars that were stolen in the city of Toronto were shipped to Ghana and sold to potential car buyers who found themselves at the wrong side of the law because the cars were stolen in the city of Toronto and shipped to Ghana and sold to them. I sounded a word of caution that people should be very careful and don't find themselves at the wrong side of the law. Today, I am vindicated because when I did the story and forwarded it to some editors, they refused to use the story as they doubted the authenticity of the story. Some leaders in our Ghanaian communities gave me a flag. They called me controversial journalist. As some said, I was attempting or I was trying to disgrace the name of Ghana in a foreign country. But today, I've been vindicated not because I'm happy our brothers were arrested in Congo for driving a stolen car from Toronto, Canada.
Sorry? And then Sunday, the 24th of November, we have been at the border from Congo since yesterday. Apparently, the two of the vehicles were reported stolen in the Lexus was in 2019 and the Tacoma was in 2022, reported stolen in Canada. Before we purchase the vehicle, we run a Carfax report, which basically lets you know if the vehicle has had an accident or been stolen or has any issues. Between that time and now, Interpol has not updated their database with the fact that the vehicles were stolen. So when we purchased the vehicles, then we ran our checks. It was clean, so we paid for it. Fast forward from 2020 to now, we get to the Congolese border, and we are being told the vehicle was reported stolen, and yes, we verified on the Interpol system. Now, there's a very big problem because now everybody who's buying a used car from North America is at risk because you buy a vehicle in good faith, you do your checks, and it doesn't matter because 4 years down the line, Interpol will update it and say the vehicle was stolen. This is a dilemma we found ourselves in.
But I'm vindicated because I sounded a word of caution way ahead before the incident took place. That people should be very careful. They should not let it happen to them that they will be driving a stolen car from the city of Toronto that was shipped to Ghana and then find themselves at the wrong side of the law. Before we continue, please take a look at the outline of the story, and when we come back, we do more justice to the story. Take a look. Auto theft has become a major crime in the city of Toronto. Coming up in the news, the York Regional Police has arrested 16 suspects, recovered 369 stolen vehicles with a value of $33,200,000. Reporting, my name is Stephen Amakwe, a freelance broadcast journalist in Toronto, Canada. Thank you very much for watching the outline. I sounded a word of caution that people should be very careful. And for that matter, auto theft was on a high rate in the city of Toronto. And the investigation findings pointed to the fact that some of the cars were being shipped to Ghana and sold to potential buyers. Maybe our brothers were not lucky to be potential buyers. They bought a car that they couldn't do a double check on it to ensure that the car was stolen from the city of Toronto and brought to Ghana and sold to them. But we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. Please take a look at the main story, and then when we come back, we wrap up. How many people know that the total time taken to steal one high-end vehicle in the city of Toronto, Canada, was under 5 minutes? This was revealed by the York Regional Police when he conducted a series of projects and investigations on auto theft in the city of Toronto. For instance, one of his projects, dubbed Project Majestic, focused on the stealing of Lexus, Toyota, and Honda sport utility vehicles. Reporting, my name is Stephen Amakwe, a freelance broadcast journalist. There is no doubt that Ghanaians are holding fast to their traditions and culture in the city of Toronto, Canada, far away from Africa. But the Prime Minister of Canada, Right Honorable Justin Trudeau, has fingered Ghana and Nigeria when it comes to a major crime facing Canada.
The rise over the last years has been alarming. Organized crime is becoming more brazen, and the international black market for the stolen cars is expanding. The stories we hear are troubling. Len from Toronto had his stolen car located in Ghana. A vehicle from Milton was discovered on sale online in Nigeria. One family from the GTA had their SUV stolen 3 separate times. These cars are stolen from driveways at home, from parking lots at work, and sometimes while people are just out running errands.
The York Regional Police YRP has stated that there is a large number of stolen vehicles that have been containerized and are currently at sea heading to ports in United Arab Emirates, UAE, Ghana, and Nigeria. We have targeted these stolen cars from Greater Toronto Area GTA for inspection when they reach the ports, and we expect to recover more stolen vehicles when that is done. According to Detective Scott Creswell, York Regional Police has charged 18 people with more than 170 offenses following a raid recently that recovered 73 high-end stolen vehicles worth $4.5 million.
And essentially the group would operate with several levels, with a group of thieves that would bring cars to our traffickers. The traffickers would then containerize those vehicles in sea containers and ship them to 2 main ports in Nigeria and Ghana. The vehicles that were targeted were done so because of their value overseas, especially Lexus and Toyota SUVs. They're quite valuable in the ports that they were being shipped to.
Police said the vehicles were either driven directly to the port of Montreal or loaded into sea containers in Toronto and transported to Montreal by train. They were then loaded onto ships and delivered to buyers in Africa, mainly Nigeria and Ghana or United Arab Emirates. Further investigations have revealed that Crime Stoppers in GTA has disclosed its top 5 most wanted list for car theft in York region, including a suspect, Abu Ayi, 44, believed to be hiding in Ghana. Detective Sergeant Pat Smith stated that through Project Victory in 2020, Abu Ayi, with the last known address in Toronto, was identified as the alleged leader of a group targeting Honda and Toyota SUVs for overnight driveway theft. It was linked at the time. York Regional Police recovered 70 stolen vehicles worth $4.5 million from across GTA and were able to link the crime ring to 32 stolen vehicles shipped to either Nigeria or Ghana. Abu Ayi was charged, but while awaiting trial, Crime Stoppers said he fled to Ghana with a fraudulent passport, prompting investigators to believe he will not return to Canada. Currently, car manufacturers, insurance agencies, and security agencies are working together to ensure auto theft is drastically reduced. But do you know what they might be working on? Let's wait for it. Therefore, my advice to potential car buyers in Ghana is please don't let it happen to you that you are driving a high-end vehicle that is being monitored for recovery by the police because it was stolen in Canada and shipped to Ghana. Reporting, my name is Stephen Amakwe, a freelance broadcast journalist in Toronto, Canada. Thank you very much for watching the story. Now, you are more aware that the car manufacturers, the security agencies, and the insurance agencies are working tirelessly to ensure that auto theft is reduced drastically in the city of Toronto. So please, don't let it happen to you in Ghana that you buy a stolen car and then you'll be driving on a highway and then the car will come to a halt, and before it is towed to the police station, you'll be told the car you are driving is a stolen car from the city of Toronto. You lose your money and then you may end up in jail. Reporting, My name is Stephen Amakwe, a freelance broadcast journalist in Toronto, Canada. Bye-bye.